that, we bring in the head ball coach, Mike Littlewood, fresh off of that Sanford series. Congratulations on the start to the season.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, the guys are playing well. I think Jason's been to some practices and
like every practice, right?
You know, he has. It's been awesome.
Baseball insider.
I'm the baseball insider now.
Getting to know our guys. Yeah, but I mean, I think he knows we're talented. But I think the thing that people don't see is, man, these guys want to go compete. They have fun together. That team chemistry thing's huge.
It's funny because you knew you had a good team heading into these series, going all the way back to the first one against St. Louis. Is it validation, though, to see the team come out and perform the way they are, though? For sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Because you always, on paper, it's always easy to, kind of project. We've got, 8, 9 good hitters. I think right now we've got 12, 13 hitters in our lineup that are going to just give opposing pitchers fits. And that's the big thing. I mean, in previous years, we've had 5 or 6 guys who are going to put together good at-bats and make the pitcher work. And maybe 3 or 4 guys that, hey, if you make good pitches, you're going to get them out. But we've had a couple of guys come in. Daniel Schneeman played third. Jackson Clough played third. Put together great at-bats. And, I mean, it's really exciting to be able to go into opposing teams. Sanford's a tough place to play. They expected, I'm sure, to sweep us. And we kind of surprised them a little bit. But it's nice to go in there with a fully loaded team, knowing you're going to be able to compete at that level.
The 6-0 start, by the way, and then you go 1-1 after that to go 7-1. The 6-0 start is the best start in school history to a season. What does that mean to you? Have you guys do that?
Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. It's for me. It's gratifying to get off to a good start. It's one of the things. It was one of our goals to. These are RPI. We talked about it last week. These are RPI scheduled right here with St. Louis, who's going to win their league. Even though they've gotten off to a tough start. Sanford's going to win their league, the Southern Conference. They're going to win 30 games, and so this is huge for us. If we can keep this roll going, go to Kansas, win the series, and then they do well, it really, really bumps our RPI. Going into, we're home for, I think, 6 weeks after this, which is tremendous for us. I mean, that's probably never happened at BYU before.
It's a long time,
yeah.
We talked about the team, hitting so well, but you're also getting really good starting pitching. Michael Rucker, he's been fantastic. He was named the Rollins WCC Pitcher of the Week. He's 2-0. He's got a 1.38 earned run average. What do you see as his biggest strengths, and why has he been so dominant in his first 2 starts?
Well, he's got a few strengths. Number one, I think, is just his bulldog attitude. He's you could look at Mike on the mound and you wouldn't know if he's down 10 runs or up 10 runs or the game's tied. We talk about trying to be even keel all the time, and he's that. But he's got great stuff. I mean, his fastball is 92, 94. He throws it where he wants it. I mean, against Sanford, the wind was blowing in from right field, probably like 35 miles an hour. So we just our game plan going in is we have to pitch these guys in. They're big and strong. We can't let them get the bat, their arms extended. We saw the conditions, and we said, Mike, hey, we got to just live on the outside part of the plate. And he did that. I mean, he lived on the black to maybe 2-3 inches off the black. The umpire started giving him a little bit more, and his slider was probably his best pitch that day. I mean, he throws 3 pitches for strikes in a couple different angles. He's just – I think he's, as good as anybody in the country. I wouldn't mind him matching up against anybody.
Mike, we're gonna pause our conversation for a second because we have some breaking news with the BYU or the West Coast Conference Women's Basketball Awards.
BYU Sports Nation breaking news.
Jeff Judkins is the Coach of the Year, as predicted earlier. So we had the Coach of the Year on a little earlier. Awesome. Lexi Rydalch, the Player of the Year in the West Coast Conference, and Kalani Purcell, the Newcomer of the Year. So I think we nailed it. We predicted that those would happen, and they did.
Hey. The women's basketball team dominated the weekly West Coast Conference Awards. Why not dominate the postseason awards as well?
That? Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to Juddy, Lexi Rydalch, and Kalani Purcell for those awards. Baseball hoping to rake in those at the end of the season as well. So you talked about Michael Rucker. Your starting pitching has been really good overall as well. What kind of difference do you think that will make this entire season for you guys?
Well, I think it's the name of the game. Starting pitching is the name of the game in any, whether it's Little League or college, high school, or the big leagues. Maverick Buffalo's been big for us. That Hayden Rogers, our lefty, struggled just a little bit. Wasn't hitting spots, but he's kind of a veteran guy that we can send out there. So that this week we have a TBD for our third start because we just aren't sure which way to go. We have good options, but we want to make sure that we get the right guy in there to start that third game. Connor Williams, he's 94, 95 miles an hour, but he just right now he's not locating how we want him to. So he'll throw a couple innings and have 3 or 4 walks, and that just can't happen. You can't spot teams, especially in our league with the pitching we're going to see. You can't spot teams. So it is, but the nice thing about it is we have guys in the pen. And that last game, that 4th game of the series, we pieced together that game as well as we've done in 4 years. Riley Gates came in. Mason Marshall was outstanding. He was, he was probably what he was like. I didn't see him as a freshman when he was an All-American. He was probably that good or better in Samford, which is, for us, it's just a blessing to see that, because we need a guy at the back end of games that's going to shut things down.
The Mantis.
Yeah, the Mantis.
I saw him as a freshman. Yeah, he was
he's
really
pretty darn good.
I wanted to ask you about a couple of guys specifically that when we talked about just how good the team is hitting overall. But Brennan Lund is batting over 500 right now. He's your leadoff guy, so you're getting on base a lot. But Tanner Chauncey has been good. You know what you're going to get from Colton Shaver. Kyle Dean has done well. Brendan Anderson is a guy that has done really well, especially in that Samford series. What are you seeing from these guys at the plate that is leading to them hitting for such high average?
It's their approach, and Brendan's not going to hit 500 this year. Everybody's going to settle in, but to me, it's quality at bats and it's approach. It seems elementary, but they're swinging at strikes and taking balls. And really, when it comes down to it, that's what baseball and hitting is all about. Getting pitches you can hit and handle, and they're doing that. But Brendan Anderson, it's no surprise to us he's doing that. He had a 3-run home run at LSU when we beat them his freshman year, went on a mission. So he's a complete hitter. I mean, I hit him 4th when Bronson didn't play. I mean, he's a guy hitting 6th or 7th for us, but he's a 3 or 4 hitter on a lot of teams. What's interesting is you look at that last game, we went at 6-4, I think. So we have 9 hitters in the lineup, right? All the odd hitters had 2 hits or more. All the even hitters had 0 hits. So it kind of shows you if one guy doesn't do the job, somebody else is going to pick him up in this lineup. Where last year, if Dylan Robinson didn't hit, or Bronson Larson didn't hit, or Chauncey didn't hit, then we had to go clear around to them again to see if they were going to. So it's like we could score once every 3 innings, This year, it's every single inning. We're gonna be able to just put some pressure on the opposing pitcher.
Nice shirt. We buried the lead here.
Look at that,
Represent, baby.
Usually I don't wear T-shirts in here, but hey, Ben gave it to me, and I'm going to wear it. So.
Yeah.
You guys probably
and
don't have
flexing
one.
the guns.
Yeah, he
too,
brought the
as well.
shirt and the guns. Look at that.
I'm not even flexing. Can you believe it?
Unlike Blaine, who seriously lifts like twice a day. It's fantastic. Well, good luck at Kansas. Everyone can watch those on ESPN3.
Absolutely. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, Mike Littlewood,
Mike.
head baseball coach. Appreciate you coming in.